Hi guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time vlog about the time that I hurt my foot. Basically, I want to tell you guys where I've been and what has happened, the tragic event that did happen, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. Sorry for the lighting, the angle, my face, the background. You will understand why in just a little bit, so hear me out. So it all went down when we went to church camp. Church camp here isn't as long as in Japan isn't as long as church camp in America is, so it was only Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the 13th, 14th, and 15th of August. So Sunday came and went and everything was fine, but that Monday morning is when it went down, so I had woken up and I had gotten dressed and I was doing my hair over by the window in the room. There in the rooms there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 bunk beds, 8 beds, and they were bunked, and then there was a walkway and then the step up, and then there was a window and an air conditioner. And so I was over on the step up, I was messing with the air conditioner and then looking out the window fixing my hair, and I went to turn around and come back to have my mom help me fix my hair, and I forgot that there was a step there and sort of misjudged the step. And when I stepped down on my right leg first, and I just kind of stacked on top of my ankle, and I fell and tripped, and when I fell there was this big pop that was came from my ankle. And so I immediately was kind of embarrassed because there was people in the room other than me and my mom, and so I was kind of embarrassed because I fell. But then immediately I was like, oh no, something has gone terribly wrong because of the pop. It was it was such a loud pop, and so I thought I had broken my ankle or broken a bone or something like that. So I immediately stand back up, and I'm like, oh no, there's no way that nothing has happened, because I couldn't put any pressure on it. So I have my mom help me hobble over to one of the empty beds that no one was in, and I am laying down, or I'm sitting there first, and the pain is so bad in my ankle that I kind of felt like I was gonna pass out, and so they laid me down just in case if I did pass out, but which I never did pass out, but I got really close to passing out, and I went really pale, and I was actually wearing this t-shirt, funny enough, and they said that my whole face was the color of the Coke logo, that pink white. My whole face was that color, really pale, and I had lost all my freckles. That's what everyone was saying, is that I didn't have any of my freckles. And I asked them to bring a plastic bag closer to me, because I also felt like throwing up, though it was in the morning and I hadn't had breakfast yet, so there was nothing in my stomach to throw up, but I was pretty positive that I was about to blow chunks and pass out all at the same time. And so everyone kind of is a little bit panicking, because I looked like I was dying, but we decided to go to the hospital, and I have to be rolled out in a wheelchair, and I'm so embarrassed, and I had to hop down the steps without putting any pressure on my ankle, so that was really difficult. But I finally get down the steps, the stairs to the first floor, get in a wheelchair, then they roll me to the car and take me to the nearest hospital. We were not in we were a town over to the town that I lived in, so we just went to the closest hospital, and we waited a total of 4 hours there, but in 4 hours we got some x-rays done, and talked to the doctor, and he looked at the x-rays and said that I had just sprained my ankle, but he wanted me to go see once we were done with camp, he wanted me to go see a more local doctor, so that I could do more checkups with him later on, and I could get it rewrapped or whatever. So he wrapped it up and put it in this temporary cast splint thingy, and gave me crutches. Still have them. And gave me the crutches to use for the time being. And so then I had to go back to camp, and I spent the rest of camp just sitting and not doing anything, and I like had to learn how to like do crutches, and I've almost like fallen again with using the crutches a couple times, but it's okay. So that same week, that Saturday, a couple days ago, I went to the local doctor, and he said that the x-rays that I had from the hospital were not good enough, and he couldn't see my ankle very clearly. So after 2 very painful x-rays, he looked at them again and said that I had torn some ligaments or ruptured. He used the word ruptured. I had ruptured some ligaments in my ankle, and that my ankle is just not very supported and is just there being an ankle, and that I would be off my foot. I had to be off my foot for 4 weeks. So I kind of knew it was worse than a sprain because it never got better. Like, it never even, like, it kept on getting worse. Like, each day it was hurting more and more, and it just, like, it was swelling all the time. Like, if I didn't keep it elevated, if I like stood up just to go to like the bathroom, by the time I got back to my bed, it had already like swollen. It seemed like it was like swelling and really hurting. So I definitely thought it was something more than a sprain. So I have torn like a ligament or 2 in my right ankle, and I will be out for 4 to 6 weeks. But next week I go back to the doctor to see if I can start putting light pressure on it and start walking again by myself without the crutches. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So basically, that's the whole story of how I hurt my ankle. It's in its little cast right now, just chilling. It's hurting a little bit, but so yeah, basically on top of that, in like 11 days, I think, we're moving house. Like, our family are moving to a different house, so I have to lie here while everyone else is like packing and cleaning, and I feel really bad about it, but I can't do anything about it because it swells all the time and it hurts. So I just think it's kind of funny that I have to lie here and do nothing while everyone else is like panicking and like scrambling around trying to pack everything in the house. So that's fun. But I just wanted to say that I most likely will not, like, it'll be a little bit before I film another video, because it'll just look like this if I don't. But I do have a video planned for next week that I've already filmed before, so that'll be up next week, sometime next week. So that's what happened to my ankle. That's where I will be for the next 4 weeks, and I hope to see you sometime in the next 4 weeks, but maybe not. So if I don't post anything in a while, just that's why. But that's all. Hope you enjoyed my story. Until then, I still don't have an outro, but goodbye.